It could have been yesterday or 100 days before. I'm not sure anymore. Time has become just a word. All I know for certain is that it began that bright morning in May.
Sono lieto di poter rievocare in poche parole le esperienze delle prime trasmissioni radiotelegrafiche a grandi distanze da me felicemente eseguite attraverso l'Oceano Atlantico il 12 dicembre 1901.
Holy snapping bra straps.
It's a podcast. Republic of Avalon Radio. It's 0 hours Avalon Standard Time. Republic of Avalon Radio.
Either you're with us or you're with the terrorists.
You're with the roar!
Republic of Avalon Radio. Believe it or not, you are with the roar.
Woohoo!
Hee hee. We roar again. This is it. This is year, 6?
Really?
Something like that?
My goodness.
Good Lord.
Good God. Seasons. We should call them seasons now.
Seasons. Well,
60th season of the roar.
well, we never really intended to stop. A couple of times we've stopped and we never really intended to. We didn't run out of interest or desire or capability or anything really. It was just a straight out flat matter of some sort of mysterious alignment of the celestial bodies and other contributing factors, certain things, doldrums, winter, little bits of illness here and there and things like that. And but now we're back and we're healthy and we are here to tell you that we roar on.
Yes, we do.
Let the morons roar on. That's what I always say.
That would be us.
That would be we, yes. Not saying much for anyone listening to us, though, is it really?
True.
When you think about it.
Well, welcome back to anyone who is listening.
Welcome back, yes.
Thank you for coming back.
Thank you for coming back, yes, even if you didn't really mean to.
Yeah.
Because
thank
a lot of folks would just be happening into us because of, just gets jammed into their iTunes or whatever. Unlike the other people who sort of maybe just probably got sick of doing whatever they do manually to get us because we just ain't been around. And thanks to everybody who has gotten in touch with us and wondered where we were and hoped that we were all right and all that. Definitely much appreciated. Too numerous to name, but you all know who you are. And thanks for caring. And so boy, things have been busy. We've been on the move. I've been doing a lot of stuff in the studio. We got a lot of things to roll out in the very near future. And boy, I don't even know how much I can talk about them and how much what I can talk about and what I should or shouldn't talk about. It's hard to say. Well, let's start out with instead of talking about ourselves, let's throw out a little bouquet and give a mention to a friend of ours who Lillian's been doing a bit of work with for I don't know, over a year now?
Mm-hmm.
Something like that. Off the top of my head. This is no notes, no plans, no nothing. Just want to... I've been doing a little bit of work for her as well, just helping her out. And if you're listening, Sonia, you got to do something with that whole mic thing, okay? All right, there you go. So, yes, we are talking about Sonia Barrett, and
Yay.
her website is what?
spiritinform.com.
Okay, yeah, but the way you say that, I know it sounds funny. It's spirit inform, as in, inform your spirit. Spirit inform. I know spirit inform, or however you said it.
Yeah.
It's sort of the same thing, but it's not, because it sounds to me like spirit in forum, as in like a website you go to and everyone's posting. It's like a forum, so people might put a in it. So it's inform your spirit, and your spirit is you,
Well, your spirit also, I thought it was like 3 words: spirit in form. Like your spirit is actually in form. Like
it's that too. But I'm just saying, just to cause less confusion. See, we're fighting already on the thing here. This is what happens. See, it's part of the old pizzazz, or the panache of Republic of Avalon Radio. Myself and Lillian tearing each other's throats out. Well, not really. But, no, I just think spirit in form just sounds clearer than spirit in form. It just...
Good point.
You know what? I really seriously think that the best website for anybody... Here, I'm criticizing Sonia again. I'm giving you a hard time, Sonia, because I can't. Because you're not here to pinch me or anything. The best website for anybody is an email and everything is the one that, like for me, for example. So it's not for anyone else to be able to remember. It's so that I can remember it. It's jimfiddler.com is my website, and if you want to email me, well, go to the website and send me an email or whatever. It's easy. I could say, I don't know, musician, conscious musician guy or something like that, but who the heck's going to remember that? So hopefully my kind of picking it apart has put it into your head. Spirit in form, F-O-R-M, S-P-I-R-I-T-I-N-F-O-R-M. So it means inform, as in inform your spirit. It means spirit in form, as in manifestation, I suppose. We are spirit in form. We are spirits in the material world, or in the matrix, or in the illusion, or in the dream, or in the old Anunnaki gold mining planet, or whatever the heck, which way you want to think about it, really. There's tons of ways to think about it. I suppose most people just don't think about it, and that's the thing. And they just think everything is all shiny and new, and there's brand new stuff popping up everywhere, and we're all evolving and surging forward and getting bigger and smarter and all that stuff. If you think that way, well, that's okay. But there's a heck of a lot of very good information in the world to indicate that things are a little more dynamic than that, a little more ebbing and flowing, a little more cyclical, and I think in effect more interesting and more fun and more enriching and more, if I dare use such an Illuminati term as enlightening, I will. But yeah, there's, it's a great big world. There's a lot to do, a lot of places to go, a lot of different people with different ways of doing things and cooking food and playing music and building things and all these things. And our individuality is what really gives us something to offer. We're not homogenous. We're not all just cookie cutter Roman citizens, at least yet. Moving there, but not quite yet. And anyway, it's the individuality. So I've said before, I don't mean to get on a soapbox or anything, but I have mentioned before that people say we should all come together as one. Well, to be honest with you, everything is one anyway, so it's kind of foolish. It's like lying in bed saying I should lie down. Well, we're already one. Everything is one. How many universes? Is there a plural for the word universe? I've never thought about that. Huh?
I don't know.
Well, I guess there is. They say multiverses. Okay, what I'm saying is if you add up all the dimensions, all the universes, and all the possibilities in, out, up, down, left, right, diagonally, in all directions, it all equals one, pretty much. Of course, there's another way of looking at it on the next level. I think first you got to get to that it all equals one before you can actually do some more research and come to the conclusion that actually it may equal zero. But let's all come together as nothing. I don't really hear people saying that, so I'm addressing the let's all come together as one thing. And I have a substitution for that. I think I have a better idea. Can you imagine somebody so bold as to put forth that they may have a better idea than, the whatever's in the Vox Populi? But of course, whatever's in the Vox Populi is, for the most part, pretty much parroting whatever they've been taught. And this one I actually came up with on my own. Thank you very much. As opposed to the very nice, fuzzy, warm, lovable, kind of can't be anything wrong with that idea of let's all come together as one. How about this, folks, boys and girls? What if we were all to come together as ones? Huh?
Yeah, I think that.
What do you think? Do you think we could roll out that funky plan?
I think it could be possible.
We could get something out of that, some sort of benefit?
I think so.
Or should we all cash it all in and get our all wearing the same uniconforms, all just dress and look the same way?
Well, the better one that you are, and everybody coming together as ones together make it better us.
This is absolutely true. I think everybody knows already that we do have individual characteristics. We are, if there is a big soup, well, certainly is a big soup. I'm just saying, for those of you who just might think that the only thing there is in the world is just anything you can hit with a hammer, everything else is imaginary. Well, not even science says that anymore. So, yes, the whole idea of individuality, it's proven. Whatever the whole big thing is made up of is the sum of its parts, and we are parts of that. Whatever that big thing is, we're all parts of it. We are all, peas and carrots and bits of corn and stuff bobbing around in the soup. That's us. We are part of the soup. We are individual little bits and parts of the soup, and we all add our own various little nutritional value to each other, and also that the various individual herbs and spices which we all have, not just that nutrition thing, but the herbs and spices, which are our cultures and our backgrounds and our histories and our ancestries and all this stuff. Folks, it's a brilliant thing. If all the world for you is just day to day to day to day, going to work and coming home, I'm sad for you. And I really do mean that. I don't mean that in a condescending or, critical sort of way, criticizing you. I mean, it's sad. Everybody knows deep down that they're not born to just run from one box to the other and then die. So we wish you, from the Republic of Avalon, all, prosperity and long life and happiness and all these sorts of things, the things that you need to fulfill your life. And by the way, folks, there's an L in that, for God's sake. It's not fulfill, all right? Fulfill. He wants to fulfill his life. Fulfill. What the hell is that? Come on. All right. Okay. Finish.
Okay.
Go ahead. Now, what are you going to talk about?
What?
What have you been busting over there to say?
What?
You've been busting on something, I can tell.
No, I haven't. I don't know what to say.
Y'all, she's busting on something, I can tell.
I'm mic shy now after all that time.
It's been a long time away. You know, this is a thing. It took Lillian a while to kind of acclimatize to the idea of even doing such a thing. And of course, we're all proud of her. And but yeah, this is first kick at the 2011 can, which is, you know, this could be the final season. Oh no, there'd be one more, wouldn't there? I don't think it's all supposed to blow up until December 2012 or something, when, you know, that some sort of something lines up with something else, and then
Right.
the Aztec gods come from the cloud and
Right. Yeah.
serve better burgers than McDonald's or something like that. I
I
don't know.
think there's something to that. I just don't think it's what people say it's going to be.
Well, there's certainly something to, I don't think that there's any doubt there's something to it, in the sense that it's time marked off by a people who obviously had some pretty let's go out on a stretch, out on a limb here, some astronomical knowledge of astronomy.
Mm-hmm.
I'm using astronomical as the effector there, so it's not good literary practice, but yeah, these people knew something about the stars and the planets and the cycles and things like that. So it quite likely could have something to do with that. That's what I suspect. Or it could just be, well, when people say, well, they're just maybe marking the end of an era. Well, yeah, what's an era? If we look at the stuff that everybody knows about, all the, hey dude, what's your sign, man? You know, Gemini and Poltergeist or whatever you are, you know,
Right.
all that stuff. That is all about, you know, ages and equinoxes and things like that, you know. It's about the whole big everything kind of moving around. It's about the clockworks. And you might not be able to tell if you're just looking at one wheel inside of a clock. It spins around how many times? Well, it spins around in the run of a 24-hour period. One little wheel may spin around, I don't know, thousands of times, for all I know. Just as our planet spins, and then the planets that we're clustered with spin around and go on a certain arc and have their own little merry-go-round that they ride on. That merry-go-round's on a bigger merry-go-round. So we have cycles, and we have we have small cycles and larger cycles still. And I guess that's what people in their day-to-day lives, generally, we folk kind of scampering around like so many ants in the anthill, don't really think about that much. And but it ain't to say it doesn't happen. And there could be tumult involved. There could be some pretty heavy things happen. Some people say when we pass every so many thousand years or whatever around on this merry-go-round, and we come back to, you know, as we're going through an area of space that we haven't been in, you know, since the last time we passed through it. The same way as in a 24-hour cycle, you can see the dawn. Well, when it's dawn, you have to wait 24 hours for the Earth to spin all the way around till it's dawn again. The same goes for the bigger cycle. And these areas of space that we pass through, we know that in the dawn, things warm up and it gets light and the temperature shoots up and things start growing and going crazy and everything. And then the nighttime, especially in desert areas, it gets very cold and everything folds up and burrows itself into the ground and goes to sleep. So no doubt, depending on where you are, things will be different. This bigger cycle, quite possibly, space is not just space. That's something we've been lied to about as well. Space implies nothing. Space is not nothing. Space is a whole bunch of energy, really. And what a joke. I mean, the energy in the air, the energy just even in our atmosphere.
In us, even.
And in us, whatever. And everyone fighting wars and sending their children to die for oil and this and that. Even though they've been told it's not for oil. I think a lot of people do know when it is. But anyway, not to get sidetracked. This bigger cycle, this area of space that our planet passes through every, XX number of years, whether it's, 2,600 years or whatever the heck it is, could have different properties. That area of space could have different types of energy, different types of radiation, different types of whatever. We don't know. And as we go on this cycle, just like when you walk around your house, the front of your house might be very windy and cold. And you walk around the side of your house and go around the back, and it's very sheltered and the sun is very warm. This cycle could work like that as well. So who knows what is in store for us in terms of this 2012 and all various other things that people mention. But it's interesting. It's interesting to think about and read. Huh?
I was listening to something interesting today that relates to that.
Yeah.
There was this astronomer who was, this very recently, he was...
An astronomer?
Astronomer, yes. He was studying Jupiter. He had a reason for doing that. Anyway, he was up on one of the highest mountains and wherever.
Hey, we featured Jupiter on the roar here several episodes ago. I let you all hear the sound of Jupiter.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
Anyway, sorry. Go ahead.
Well, anyway, he was studying it for a different reason, but as he was looking at it, and just kind of in amazement of this planet, he realized, and everybody that can picture the planet can probably remember this. There's a swirling vortex of red in there, and it never changes. It's always in the same place. And as he was just looking at it, he was wondering, why does that never move? Why doesn't it ever move? Like you think it would change latitude, or it would get bigger or smaller or whatever, but it never moves. So, and then he started to realize, just study it more and more. And there's this thing in astronomy that everybody is well known with. I never heard of it, but it's like all the planets, they're looked at and measured by two inverted triangles. If you have a triangle pointing down towards,
say, the South Pole,
south, and then another one going up towards the north, well, where the other, if you got the top peak of the triangle, and then you've got the two ends. Well, the two ends are always at 19.7 degrees.
Yes.
And anyway, he did a lot more research, and he looked at all the different planets, and he looked at Earth. And actually, the Jupiter, that swirling vortex on Jupiter, was at 19.4, I think it was.
7 or whatever,
degrees.
Yeah.
So then he did a measurement on Earth to see what places
what
were
might be there,
at those
and we start getting into these ley lines and pyramids and all these things.
Well, in Mexico, one of the biggest, the Mayan.
Yeah, the Temple of the Sun. Yep.
Yes, that's there.
Yep.
And some of the largest volcanoes.
Yep.
Are placed, they're
energy,
they're
in other words.
Yeah, and not only, but so he did it on Earth, and then he looked at other planets as well, and you could see that there were the same thing. Like you'd have big holes, that were volcanic eruptions, and at 19.7 degrees.
Yep.
And even the sun. If you look at the sun, the sunspots.
Yep.
You could see, if you look at it in slow motion or whatever, you could see the sunspots coming out and erupting.
Well, what you're
19.7 degrees.
What you're saying is that there seems to be something afoot, some kind of a big cosmic conspiracy.
Yeah.
that makes orbiting objects and things that are spinning around and things, at least in this dimensional plane, in this solar system, have similar properties and similar mathematic things that can be predicted and
Exactly.
proven and observed and so on.
Yes.
So we're not talking new agey stuff here.
No,
We're talking
it's
science.
Science, exactly.
Science just means knowledge. Go look it up.
So
Doesn't mean guys with white coats who actually have all the knowledge. Science itself is just knowledge, you know.
stuff anybody could look up.
It's just stuff anybody can know. Exactly.
Yeah.
Not just the experts. Thank you.
So anyway, I guess it's very interesting. But another interesting thing was apparently every 11 years.
Yep.
There's
That's the
more-
sunspot cycle.
Yeah, exactly. So 2012 is going to be this,
Peak.
yeah. So and that's actually he really thinks that the whole what they are predicting actually for 2012 is a higher sun, like brighter.
Yes. Some people have
more-
talked about that, and some people have talked. I've heard the word kill shot. A huge solar flare that could hit the Earth. We've had a couple just go past us. One a couple of years ago was kind of scary, but if one of these big solar flares come out and hit the Earth, well, it's very interesting, folks. We could lose instantaneously, lose all our satellites, all our cell phones, all computers, all hard drives, I think all magnetically stored information as well. So tapes, reel-to-reel, cassettes, whatever. In one zap, it would be like taking the world, let's pretend that the world is a cassette tape, and running a high-powered magnet over it, and there's nothing left on it. So whoever may survive this, well, planes would have no navigation, and whatever planes are in the air at the time. There'd be no communication towers. There's just everything. Nuclear power plants that are all run by computers, and just could be very bad, folks. When we look at this whole thing, I mean, how naive. If you hear anybody telling you that nuclear energy is green and good and lovely and warm and fuzzy and huggy for Mother Earth and all that stuff, and it's clean energy and all that stuff, well, let's see how clean it is if we have an earthquake. If we build these things in the hundreds or thousands all over the world, it's based on the scientific assumption of what is it? Uniformitarianism. There we go. We're passing in a cart. We're passing Shamrock City, yeah. And Darcy and gang are in there singing away. This whole uniformitarianism just kind of assumes a sort of a non-existent constant state. No, if they don't know what to do with the nuclear waste, in 44 or 45, whatever, when they lit off the first atomic bomb, there were many of those scientists really sincerely believed that it would set off a chain reaction that would basically just fry the whole planet. And maybe go out into the universe and fry the moon and whatever else. Chain reaction. Perhaps just in our atmosphere. And anyway, can you imagine? Scientists, some thought it would, some thought it wouldn't. So they decided, well, let's push the button and see what happens. That's who we're dealing with here, folks. All this faith and trust that we put in the gods of the new religion called science. And I'm talking about science as in just knowledge. I mean, the religion science. Some of you might be offended by me saying that, but many parts of science have nothing to do with fact. They have to do with theories. Science itself acknowledges that and has good handy words for these things, such as theory, hypotheses, postulate, and so on and so forth, which means we're thinking about it, we're checking it out, we don't know.
Where are you going to get beer?
Yeah, we don't know, but we're just kind of playing around, checking it out, and seeing how something ticks. That's a theory. Evolution is a theory. it actually, in science, the laws of thermodynamics, various parts of science, various fields of science, agree and disagree on certain things. One thing that's universal are the laws of thermodynamics, and evolution runs totally counter to the laws of thermodynamics, especially the second law of entropy. So you can't have everything growing up and wearing out at the same time. Hey. That's pretty funny. Yes. So little interlude, lighten up the mood there. But I mean, honestly, folks, let's not be getting all religious about science. Let's learn what we can from what's around us, whatever it tells us. Let's not just only believe in this and not believe in that and whatever. Let's not believe in anything.
Yeah, because I think once you start like believing in one thing, then you're
screwed.
You are, really.
Because then you're in a box. You're in a little box,
yeah.
And everything outside of it is a threat to you, and you defend your little box.
You could miss out on some things. I mean.
Well, not could. You are.
Yeah.
If you're in any kind of a box, you're missing out on things. I mean, we're all in boxes of some sort or other.
Yeah, we all have experienced it. We're all, some of us are maybe more aware of it. I don't know, but we are definitely. And
if you're aware of it and you're doing everything you can to get out of it, well, that's better than not knowing or knowing and punching other people in the face to try to stay in your box, But anyway, my simple little point about the science thing, the religion thing, the evolutionary theory, I'm not saying that things don't adapt. That's not the point. And Darwin didn't even come up with that. Go read, go look at his father's work, I think, or his grandfather. He never cooked the stuff up new. And it is called a theory. It's not a fact, it's a theory. And it has to do with the Big Bang. And the Big Bang has certain mathematical possibilities or probabilities. And if you consider buying lottery tickets in all the lotteries in the world and winning them all every week, well, that's not even getting close to how improbable the Big Bang is. So science in and of itself there is clinging to a belief about the Big Bang, because it's a substitute for the creation story, which they don't want to go near. So anyway, they don't care how improbable it is. They don't care that evolution is the opposite of entropy, and entropy is part of the laws of thermodynamics. And it's just kind of susceptible to cliquism and competition and money and people climbing up ladders and seeking prestige and backstabbing each other and whatever. I mean, let's just put it down to this. I'm not saying that there's anything wrong with science. As I said, science is just knowledge, and we should all be seeking knowledge, whatever we can get, and not clinging on to these ooga booga things like Big Bang theories and whatever. What does it matter? Why should we fight about a Big Bang theory when you weren't there to see it? I wasn't there to see it, and
nobody can say nobody can prove it.
Well, no, I think there's a lot. Who's that? Hey, how's it going?
Long time no see.
Yeah.
Nice to see you. Hey, Jim.
What's going on? What's going on?
Where are you headed?
We're just heading down to the pub. Yeah.
To Aaron's.
Yep.
Yeah.
We're here talking. We're on our show here now on Republic of Avalon Radio.
Sorry to interrupt.
Introduce yourself.
Hello, I'm like one of the drunks on Water Street, and on OC's, I'll speak for Jim Fiddler any day.
He's one of the better drunks on Water Street.
Yeah, one of the more sensible loaded people.
Yeah.
Nice to see you, though.
Okay.
I just saw you go, and I was like,
Cool.
see you in ages.
Yeah, we'll drop by. We're always at.
Yep. On the weekends, yeah.
Thanks for watering home.
That's it.
You look.
Yeah.
Take care. Yeah. Anyway, I mean, it's endless. The stuff that, in terms of probability and common sense and logic and what's provable and what's just kind of assumed and believed in and promoted as a kind of a belief thing. It's not good. It's not good because it puts a bad taste in the water, and when the water tastes bad, people don't want to drink it. And I think everybody thirsts for knowledge. So, and everyone thirsts. Everyone has a thirsty mind, a thirsty stomach. Everyone has a thirsty stomach. Everyone has a thirsty mind, and everybody has a thirsty soul. So don't let Babylon BS science make you turn your mind off and not quench your intellectual thirst. And don't let Babylon BS religions make you shut down your spirit and just live a carnal existence. And don't let a little bad experience with some oysters or something make you starve to death.
Very good point. Very well said.
Yes, thank you.
Especially the last part.
Especially the last part? Well, I think it's especially good because it is the last part. And I'm going to shut up. Because we have arrived, folks. And we didn't have any plans. Let's just go down a little further past here. We didn't have any plans of anything to talk about. And I hope this hasn't been too sort of soapboxy for any of you. My point is, the main thing. We got lots of stuff going on. Lots of new music happening. Some other things happening that are going to be very good for you all, people in general, and other recording artists, and lots of great stuff. But I think what we all got to keep doing in the meantime. Well, first, before I say that, just want to thank everybody if you're hearing my voice, thanks for being here. Thanks for coming back. And as we said before, go over and check out Spirit in Form, spiritinform.com. Check out Sonia's stuff over there. And other stuff. She has all kinds of stuff over there, not just from herself, but from other people.
Yeah, there's some really good videos over there from other sources, and some of her stuff as well.
A lot of good food for thought. And you know what? It's like anything. You don't have to agree with... I don't know what 100% everyone agrees with, really, to be honest with you. So, wherever you go to a library and you find a book in the library that you like, okay, fine. You find 3 more that you don't like. What are you going to do, burn the library down?
Yeah.
I put out a record. You might really like tracks 2 and 4, and you're not really that fond of track 5 and 8 or whatever. Mm-hmm. That's life, and that's the way life is. That's the way people is.
Yeah.
Any garden you go into, you're going to be more fond of certain flora than other types of flora, and certain types of fauna and so on. Certain flowers you're going to like the smell of more than others, and some flowers you're not going to like. Anyway, I'm not apologizing. There's a lot of really interesting stuff on Sonia's website, and it's all good food for thought, really, when you think about it. And it's not 6 o'clock news kind of stuff. And we're just watching this stuff. We just heard on the radio. We're not watching it at all. We don't have a television. Can you believe it? We don't have a television. Oh my. But anyway, they were talking about the royal wedding thing today. I don't know anything about it. They were talking about it today, and I'm telling you, I'm serious. If you took verbatim what they were saying on the radio about the couple and the people in the streets and the blah 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 and everything they were talking about, I swear to God, if you just wrote it all down and took out the references to specific people and places and replaced it with, oh my God, I don't know, the Roman emperor and his new bride, or back, whatever. 1604 and, you know, Queen Elizabeth I and all this. Or, as I said, you know, you can go back thousands of years, whatever. Same thing. I mean, how much has changed? How much have we so-called evolved? And how much have we become more civilized? It seems to me that, if anything, perhaps we're more on our knees, you know, praying and cowering to the... Well, there's more to cower to now.
There's more of a hold on us now.
There's more of a hold through the mass media and the technology and so on. The whole business with Hollywood stars and kings and queens and princes and princesses.
It's really difficult to get away from it.
Sheikhs and emirs and emperors and all over the place. And it's just like people. These are just people. You know, there's a lot of other theories about these people and their bloodlines and things. But look, they, you know, whatever, they use the bathroom, let's put it that way. And all this affection for these people is what ends up in the bathroom. All right?
Yeah.
So be good to yourself, be good to each other, take care of each other, and wait with bated breath for the next episode of The Roar, which will be coming soon. We'll tell you more about all the wonderful things that we have coming up and all these tings and tings. And a big hello to our friend Ryan, who was over from England.
Yeah, way to go, Ryan.
Recently, to do a bit of work in the studio with me. And Ryan was great to work with. We had a really, really good time. And we actually had to spend almost a week together in the house, banging around. We never even went out the whole time, so it was just the two of us banging around in the house the whole time.
Banging off the walls.
Yeah, and between, you know, pots and frying pans and pots of coffee and everything, we got it all sorted out, and it was so when it started out it was pear-shaped, but it got sorted.
The music is really good too. I'm really impressed with what you guys do.
Absolutely. We'll be, when that's all ready and done, we'll be letting you guys know about that, where you can get Ryan's album when it's finished. And so a big hello to Ryan and to his mom.
Yes. Reen.
And
to Patty as well.
Yes, and to Patty. And to all of you. And we'll catch you next time, right here on Republic of Avalon Radio.
All right, welcome back. Y'all come back that year.
A Root Cellar production.